there's a life hack that I've learned that helped me stop chasing anybody and anything, and I'm going to share it with you. It has a lot to do with your relationship to life and with trusting what is for you and trusting in yourself. So, welcome back to my channel. This is Vanessa. If you're new here, welcome. So, I think in my youth, I often had these moments when I felt like so nervous if, somebody would choose me, or I would get selected for, I don't know, program or a sponsorship or anything really, also in my student times and so on. Or if I would hear back from a room I wanted to rent in somebody's apartment, or from an apartment, and all these kind of things, from a job, from, a date, from, whatever situation, And I really wanted to share this with you because this brought me so much peace in life. And I hope it does the same for you. Now, at some point along my own journey, I learned that whatever is for you will not pass you by. And I know, this sounds cheesy, that sounds a little woo-woo or spiritual, and maybe it is, but it has a lot to do with your trust in life and your trust in yourself in terms of, you taking action in your life that is for you, you following your heart. And also, I feel like it's so important to develop a relationship with life. If you believe that all that you see is all that exists, that we're only living in a material world, that our bodies, when we die, there's no soul, and our bodies are just gonna dissolve in the earth, in the dirt, and that is it. If you believe that, this video is not for you, I'm sorry, because you're not gonna hear anything I'm gonna say. But if you believe that there is more than just what you can see, what the eye can see, what your mind can think, then this video is for you. When I developed my relationship with myself deeper and started listening more to my intuition, when I started creating a stronger relationship with the universe, God, source, however you want to call it, I asked for signs, or I asked for advice, or I asked for whatever I needed to ask for. And sometimes, it takes time to trust people, right? So it also takes time to develop your relationship with life, or with a bigger divinity, or, like a higher power. And so sometimes it's just all about starting to ask for something, for a sign. For example, once I asked for, okay, if I should move back from Lisbon to Berlin, I want to see a green car, like a frog green car. And if I see that car, I will pack my bags and go. So the next day, I walk out of the house, and there's like a frog green Ferrari. And I also said to the universe, dude, no matter what, I don't think the universe has a gender, but be specific, like be obvious. And I walk out of my house, and there's a green Ferrari, and like you don't see often like a frog green Ferrari in the street. So I was like, okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. And I was like, I could have not followed this, but this was so specific. So I decided, okay, I asked for the sign. Now I'm going to take the action. And that's when I called my landlord, packed my bags. And within 2 weeks, I was in Berlin. So, and I don't regret my decision. So, but if I would have not seen the car, I don't know, who knows if I had moved. But that's not the point. That's like, I just want to show you and tell you that you can ask for little signs and ask for, building a relationship with the higher power, universe, however you want to call it, to tell that power, hey, I don't really trust you right now because I don't really know you. So let me try little things to see how we can build our relationship. Yeah, it also has to do with sort of building your relationship with yourself, with your self-trust. If you grew up in a way where you had like influences of sort of narcissistic characteristics around you, or abuse, or caretakers or parents that didn't take you seriously, or maybe you grew up in a completely healthy way and then you were in friendships or other relationships, work relationships, partnerships, where you sort of forgot or learned that you cannot trust yourself, or that it's not safe to trust yourself or listen to your intuition, then maybe you're gonna have to do a little bit of work, or a lot of work, depends on where you're at, to reestablish that connection to your inner guidance system, to your intuition. Okay, so that's really important. And then you will also, sometimes I think dating is a really good example. Sometimes we wish like to get back with a person, or for somebody to call us back or whatever. And I am a very emotional person, so I would sometimes hang on to past relationships for way too long and keep on thinking about the person. And that was not really about the person, right? It was just the pattern that the person and me together represented, I guess, that I was holding on to, because that was coming from a way deeper, earlier time in my life. And sometimes we, mourn the loss of an apartment or a job or whatever we didn't get. And then it may feel like, but if I had just gotten that apartment or that partner or that job, imagine what I could do. And, we build out futures of things that will never happen because we didn't have that partner, apartment, friend, job, invitation, flight, and at some point I read somewhere, maybe in a book, or I heard it in an interview in a podcast, that what is for you will not pass you by. And I know the sentence sounds very sort of like, okay, yeah. But you know what? Like, I really learned to trust in it, because the things and the people that are in my life, the where my path led me is 100% myself. And now you can say, where my path led me is now I don't have money, or I have no friends, or I just got split up. But sometimes those circumstances are, rocking us out of a path that we chose, probably with our logical mind, or due to low self-esteem or fear that was not really aligned. And then it rocks us out sometimes, and that can hurt. A breakup, losing an apartment, or whatever it is, that can hurt sometimes. And but it's also making you stronger. And maybe that circumstance that is changing right now shows you that there is another path for you. And then the invitation is to listen and to get in touch with yourself and ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really, what does my heart really desire? Or what is my path? For example, I never chose actually to do the work that I do now, to work with people, but I sort of fell into it due to my own healing journey, and due to my complete passion for the psyche, for psychology, for the human experience, for the cosmos and the spirit world, and also for the somatic healing, like really healing that has nothing to do with medication and drugs, And now I'm on this path that I didn't select actively, but life sort of bounced me out of all the other ways that I was going down, and took me here. And that journey was so quick, and it felt like earthquake, or like a thunderstorm. And suddenly I was there and I was like, whoa, I need to integrate this story, because that was a crazy journey, and it feels like, yesterday I was still doing completely other things in a completely different life, and today I'm here. And when life rocks you out of those situations, like you can do two things. One, you can constantly complain and fear that everything is going wrong, or you can start to trust that there's something happening that you don't understand yet. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't grieve or that you shouldn't feel your feelings. On the contrary, feel your feelings and still trust in life a little bit. And sometimes when we are so identified with our human experience and with our emotions, and when we feel like we're a victim all the time, again, disclaimer, there are situations in life that are very hard and abusive. So if you're going through something like that, don't listen to what I'm saying. Go get help as soon as possible. I'm sorry that you're suffering and you deserve better. But if you're living through life situations that are not physical abuse, let's say, then, maybe it's a good idea to sit yourself down and ask, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I don't know if what is happening right now is actually going to lead me to a more positive path. Maybe life is hard right now, but maybe there's a reason this is happening, and maybe life wants to show me something that I don't understand yet, that is misaligned, and I get now the chance to, rebuild my foundations, for example. And when I understood that there are things that I don't know, and that are things going on, and spiritual, situations that are not obvious to my little human self, I started gaining more trust in myself and in my, operating from my heart and from my intuition. And then you sort of start having this feeling like, oof, I know this. I cannot see it yet. And other people may completely think I'm crazy, or they don't understand why I take this decision. But I can just feel it in myself. I know I have the visceral feeling or the intuition that I gotta do this. And when you feel that, you cannot not do it. You know what I mean? So this is how you sort of start trusting yourself and your intuition and this inner compass that is not visible, that does not have logic, reasoning, immediately inside in front of you right now. But afterwards, once you start taking action and all these things and follow yourself and trust yourself, things will, come together like a puzzle. And why I'm saying that, that I stopped chasing anything and everything is simply because I know that stuff that is not for me, it will be taken away from me in some way. So if I don't get the apartment that I wanted so badly, either it's not for me or I'm not ready for it. Yeah, that's always what I tell myself. If somebody I had a date with doesn't call me back or ghosts me or whatever, that wasn't for me, or maybe not yet. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you? If you have questions about this, share in the comments below. But I really understand now, this is my main attitude, that, okay, if I'm supposed to do that or receive that opportunity or be with those people or, I don't know, get that apartment or that flight, I will know that it's for me. And if I don't get it, there's a reason too. So I don't get so so frazzled anymore by things that don't work out. And it is because, I trust that what is for me will not pass me by. And it takes courage to believe that. But if you keep on refocusing on that, you could call it mantra or that belief, then this is going to help you so much, and it's going to save you so much pain and brain power and energy to stop, running after people, situations, jobs, whatever, apartments, whatever it is that are not meant for you. Yeah, so I can only recommend you that this sentence really changed my life, and it also gives you back your self-esteem. It gives you back your self-confidence, because you're like, all right, I'm not even going to entertain the idea that, what if is not going to happen. Let's refocus and move forward. Sometimes we need to grieve something. Totally fine. Then sit yourself down, feel like sadness that something didn't work out. But another thing I really deeply believe in is, if not this, then something better. Or if not this, then something that fits better to me, So yeah, these are things I live by, and I love that. That is not a healing technique that I share with you today, but it is just an attitude towards life that I absolutely subscribe to, because it's based on your self-trust. It's based on trust in life. And whenever I have a client who is absolutely nervous, anxious, afraid to lose control, afraid that things go wrong, then I ask them about their relationship with life, with the relationship with something greater. And usually that relationship is a little bit blocked, or a little bit insecure, or not fully established. And then we go into, okay, how can we create more trust for yourself in life, in yourself, and then usually it leads back to some previous experience that they've had, where they lost trust, either in the people around them or in themselves, due to shame or pain or any other experience, So this is a really important relationship that not many people think of. And I highly encourage you to ask yourself, do I trust myself? Do I feel like I have my back? Do I feel like I am trustworthy? And how is my relationship to a higher power, universe, God, however you want to call it? And why? If it's not strong, okay, what have I experienced where I lost trust in life, or where I lost trust around people around me? Okay, so share with me your opinion around this topic below. I'm super, super curious to hear about it. And if you have any questions, please share below as well. It can help other people also to clarify that. If you're new here, leave a subscription. Would make me super happy to have you in our group here. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I have some resources for you below, so if you need support in group context or in one-on-one context, there's some options for you below. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day, and I see you soon. Ciao.